Welcome to another episode of Popcorn and Whiskey. We are your hosts, Mac Francis.
And Joe Miller.
And we're here again. We're talking about movies. We're talking about whiskey.
Yes,
mostly movies.
But whiskey is always an added bonus.
It is. And today we even went a little further and we made ourselves some Manhattans, which I kept the bar spoon in here just to prove a point.
Right.
Please, always stir your Manhattan. You never shake it. You're going to beat it up. And that's just me.
Well, yeah. And I love Manhattan.
So we did just 2 parts Bullet Rye, 1 part Sweet Vermouth. It's going to be a good episode today.
I'm going to down this.
And a little bit of Angostura bitters, orange peel. Cheers.
I'm going to be asleep by the end of this episode.
Keeping it classic. Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, cheers again.
All right. Double cheers.
So this week we saw Minions.
We saw Minions because it was a really great follow-up to what we saw before that.
Yeah, we had to see Minions after seeing Amy Winehouse because we needed some sort of cheer in our lives.
Yeah.
We're still like recovering from the Amy Winehouse depression that we fell into.
You know, and whiskey helps.
It does.
Wait, not...
Whoa, yeah.
Oh.
Too soon.
Oops. It's been 5, 4...
The good thing about Minions though was it was fun. It was like a kids movie. It was funny when we walked in there too. There were like a group of kids sitting next to us, and I was like, "Oh God, these kids are sitting next to us." And then I was like, "Oh wait, we're seeing."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we brought that on ourselves.
Pretty much. Don't go into a movie that is meant for kids.
Yes, and be pissed off that kids are in there.
That's right.
That's weird. But this was, I guess, like the prequel to like Despicable Me.
Yeah. I mean, it was like it was the pinpoint of the pinpoint. Really?
Like where they started, where the Minions came from.
Right.
Which,
yeah.
I mean, finally, like your favorite little sub character gets their own shining moment.
And I mean, I don't think Despicable Me 1 or 2 would have been as successful if they didn't have the Minions.
Oh, of course not.
And of course,
the Minions like made Despicable Me. I mean, when the trailer for this came out, and before we even walked in there, I think we both were like, how the hell are they going to handle an entire like feature movie with, I mean, most of the stuff that they do were like IKEA commercials and like just like, little snippets.
It's the most entertaining thing to like just randomly watch whatever show you're watching and a Minions commercial comes on.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and you don't really know if it's for like an advertisement for a product or it's for the movie or I don't know. So for a while when I first saw the trailer, very first time, I was like, what are they advertising now?
Yeah, what are they selling? And then I was like, wait, they're doing their own movie?
Yes.
With just Minions the whole time? I mean, the thought behind it, like whoever the genius was that was like, oh, we're going to give the Minions their own movie.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, at the same time, it's a kid's movie. The plot was like, whatever, and first of all, the Minioneese, or whatever they call their language.
Oh, yeah.
Is like, I didn't realize that they speak Spanish and French.
I thought it was like a made-up language.
Me too.
And then like it's like French, Spanish, Indonesian.
It reminded me of like your like friend's little sister growing up, and like the two of them would have their own like language that they would talk back and forth. I thought that was like Minion speak. I didn't know it was like actually they were like speaking Spanish, and they're like, oh, gracias, banana.
And then they would, it's also kind of funny that they had like pretty, I don't know, they had really good references to very elegant things. Like they did a lot of tribute to like Mozart's opera.
They did.
What is that? I just saw it in January. Anyway.
I loved how they sang the Universal theme at the beginning of the movie.
The magic flute. Well, yeah, no, that was incredible.
I was like,
That was
oh my
hilarious.
god, it's gonna be so good. But yeah, it was funny. I mean, the plot of the movie is basically they're looking for the most evil villain that they can find, the most like terrible person that they can find. Which, great message for the kids, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, and the body count was a great message too.
Well, the funny thing was though that at the beginning of the movie when they did like the little montage of where they came from, they were basically killing off their
Everybody.
killing off their like people who they're going to serve by accident. Like they didn't mean to, obviously, but they're like, it was just hysterical. And
I like how they like incorporated like incredibly historical, you know, huge historical events into it. Like they were the reason why like certain things happened.
oh yeah,
The way it did.
and the crazy thing about the movie too was like, it was hard to tell what the hell time period they were in.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was what? The Queen Elizabeth. And then. But then at the same time, they had, like, futuristic things.
Yeah, and like the Beatles were there, and like random. I mean, movie was set in 1968. Didn't really know that.
Yeah, there's no way you would have been able to tell that.
Right, Queen Elizabeth had been around for 15 years. She was still kind of young.
Which I guess doesn't really matter because it's a kids' movie, and like
No.
kids don't give a crap what year.
I
They're not
just-
going to be like, oh, but in 1968 they.
Right. It's supposed to like what I'm kind of wondering is how old
Gru was.
Yeah, because the Despicable Me movie took place in like 2010, so 42 years later. So he's got to be like almost 50 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a Gru, if they did a Gru as a kid, like once the Minions join up, I think that would be a cool movie too.
we are calling it right now.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Well, I
Watch.
did hear that Despicable 3 is coming out
like-
next year or in 2 years. But I think it's like an actual present day, not a prequel.
Oh. I like prequels.
I like prequels too. I mean, especially, I think right now with like In and Out, Inside Out,
Inside Out, yeah.
In and Out. I'm
I
hungry.
like In and Out too.
I'll take a double with Animal Style. Inside Out, I think everybody, that was like the movie that everybody was going to see this summer. It was like the first cartoon
Yeah.
movie, and then this came out. And like, of course, people are like, oh, Minions was a terrible idea. There's no way they can withstand the plot, whatever. Minions was super funny. It was
funny.
Fun to watch. It
Yeah.
was like, it was what it was. It was a movie for like kids or like people who just wanted a laugh and a good time. And I think it sold all that.
I think so too. I think all the Minions were entertaining.
Yeah.
It was
Bob.
not- yeah.
Bob was like cute. He had his little bear the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Well, and here's the thing, like, throughout the movie, it didn't really bother me at all that you couldn't understand the Minions, because you can actually understand the Minions, even though you couldn't understand the Minions.
Yeah, no.
I actually, by the end of the movie, I was craving Twinkies for some reason.
Because they look like Twinkies with eyes.
Pretty much. Or banana.
Banana! Yeah, that was like the running joke of the thing, bananas. So I
You
guess they're
know-
promoting potassium.
What's really okay? So one of the previous episodes, or the shows that we did, Terminator.
Yeah.
We did like a shout out to like, well, not really shout out, but like they did the Back to the
Like an
Future
homage. Yeah.
thing. They did this in this movie too.
To what?
When Professor Flux was named after the flux capacitor, and he was the time travel guy.
Wait, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, it was you remember that when he?
I remember that, yeah.
So yeah, and Gru was actually they did like a little homage to, or not really homage, but they did like a little thing to him when what is that guy's name? I can't remember the like evil
This is going down too
sidekick. It's like that. What's the evil sidekick's name from Despicable Me? Like Gru's sidekick.
I forgot.
Well, anyway, he was in the movie and he was doing like the freeze ray and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just
Wait,
like
the black guy?
No, huh?
The black guy with the, oh, I'm thinking...
You're thinking of
The
Incredibles.
Yes.
No,
That's racist. That one black guy? Oh, yeah, I know him.
No, the evil
Sorry,
doctor
Black.
who left him in Despicable Me. He was like, "You're crazy. These girls are, whatever."
Yeah.
And also, Kevin, the minion, is a completely different Kevin from the original Despicable Me.
What?
Yeah, because the three main characters were based on the three girls from Despicable Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, they wanted that mindset.
Oh my god, the little girl from Despicable Me? Oh. You know what I'm
I'm
talking about.
like the smallest one.
Oh, yeah. She's
Hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah. And they showed
Agnes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They showed the
freaking
dog
love
too.
Agnes. I mean, it was like, the movie was mostly like slapstick,
Yeah.
kids comedy, kind of things falling on you and
It's
stuff like that. But they ended up getting some big names. Like
Oh my god.
they got Sandra Bullock,
They had Batman or Michael Keaton.
Michael
Sorry.
Keaton, yeah, Birdman, close.
Birdman.
Oh, and Batman.
He was Batman.
Yeah, he was the original.
OG.
Yeah, the OG Batman.
Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush,
They had
John Hamm.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of big names.
And
I feel like that's like the way to go now for like a lot of the stars are like, might as well do voiceover. It's like
for real.
less of a commitment. You go in the studio, you do your thing. It's funny, it's fun. It ends up being a great movie. You do your little like circuit tour and boom.
It's almost like more
Paper
difficult
chase.
to get work doing voiceover stuff than
Oh,
it
yeah.
is to just be like right
I mean,
there.
Like people, when it first came out, before we saw it, I looked it up. It got like a terrible rating. People are talking all this crap on it, and they were like, "Oh, it's the worst movie made," and this and that. I'm like, first of all, you're stupid. Second of all, Minions made millions.
It did. What was
The box office numbers was like ridiculous. It was like the highest grossing in that month or whatever.
It doubled its opening weekend, or budget, I'm sorry. Opening weekend it did,
115 million. Oh, that's nothing.
they made money
I
off
just
it.
did 115 million.
And
Like it
just
was
in-
nothing.
In the U.S. alone, $272 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they promoted the crap out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like there were people dressed up as minions. There were flyovers over the beach with the minion thing. There was like
Yeah.
cars that were all minioned out. Hey, I was a fan.
Twinkie box. I don't know.
What do you think overall? What do you
Overall, I'm going to say 3.
3?
A 3. No, 3 point something we've never done before. A 3.2.
3 and a banana.
Yes.
No,
No, it was a good movie. It was entertaining.
yeah.
It was
I
one
would
of those-
definitely,
Yeah.
if you want like a light movie to go check out that like you don't have to think about it while you're there. You don't have to like dwell on it when you leave.
Right.
Minions.
And-
it was fun. It was light.
It's not one of those movies that
You laughed a lot.
Yeah, it's not one of those movies that your kids are gonna, be singing
Yeah.
for the entire.
For the rest of their lives.
Yeah, Frozen. What?
Let it
No.
go. Yeah. I agree with that. I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3 because it was fun and it was
It was cute.
yeah, it was cute.
It's going to be one of those movies where, you're gonna watch Minions
You know what I want?
and
DreamWorks or Pixar. Who did this? I have no clue. DreamWorks? I don't know.
at the
Whoever
end-
you are.
At the end
Minions.
of the day, no one's Universal.
Universal. You know what I want next? What I want next is a Minions Christmas special.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I want a Minions Christmas special. By this Christmas, you have time. There's like 6 months. Go for it. Put it together.
Well, I mean, they're about to start putting like Christmas product in sale next month.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be 6 months from now.
Minions actually could be a great. Well, I think last year was pretty popular for Halloween, but it might again be.
I want to
big
be a minion.
Halloween costume.
I wouldn't. I'd be a minion.
Yeah, be awesome. What are we seeing this week? Oh, we saw Southpaw.
Southpaw.
That's going to be our next review.
You know what Southpaw means?
It means you like
left.
fake with your right, hit with your left or something? Yeah.
It's like the lefties.
I originally thought it was Southie, like Boston, when I first saw it. And I was like, oh, he's like that Irish boxer from Boston kind of thing. I didn't realize that now he's from Hell's Kitchen, New York, and he's a left-hander, not a Southie. But that's our next movie, Southpaw.
Plenty of fun facts to go with that movie.
Plenty of fun facts.
Yeah. And
more fun facts for where you can find us. YouTube, we're a channel on YouTube, so search the channels, Popcorn and Whiskey.
That's right.
You can email us at popcornandwhiskey at gmail. And,
right. Oh, and here's a little thing, a little trick I've learned. The more subscribers and the more views we have, the easier it is for you guys to find us.
So please subscribe. I know we have a lot of likes on our page for Popcorn and Whiskey. Just subscribe and
tell your friends, share them.
Yes.
Make it
come
go
visit
viral.
us. Bring whiskey. We'll provide the popcorn and the laughs.
And bring your own mic. We already talked about this.
Bring
We're
your
not
own mic.
sharing mics.
No. Well, Joe originally said he would, so he reneged on that. You did?
No.
Yeah.
Look at the episode. I didn't.
Joe said he would share his mic. I said,
mic.
hell to the no, Bobby.
This is my precious.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace. Thanks, guys.